what if I told you that the success of your business isn't determined by your product or your service, but by the market that you choose to operate in? The market you choose to operate in determines whether your business will succeed or will not succeed. As Mark Andreessen said, the founder of Netscape, he said that the market matters most. Neither a stellar team nor a fantastic product will redeem a bad market. Markets that don't exist don't matter or don't care about how smart you are. You can be the most intelligent business owner and entrepreneur in this whole wide world. But if the market doesn't exist for your product or services, then you'll be doing yourself a favor of doom. So, in fact, the market will totally destroy you and make you bankrupt and make you a fool. So, it is very much important that you determine the demand of the market before you try to venture into any market or industry that you want to venture into. So, Warren Buffett made this analogy by explaining to us the story about himself and then his friend, that his friend was very intelligent, very smart, but he went into the wrong business. He was riding against what the tide. However, Warren Buffett found himself riding along the tide by becoming one of the very few billionaires in this world, and arguably even the one of the greatest investors that this world has ever seen. This principle underlines the critical importance of selecting the right market for your business or even your career. So, if you look at the story of Warren Buffett and his friend, Warren Buffett chose a very profitable market, whilst his friend, who was even smart and intelligent, chose a market that was riding against the tide of the market. So, it is very much important that you understand the market that you are venturing into so that you don't do yourself harm at the end of the day. And I know that if you're an entrepreneur, you have a dream of creating a product that customers love and can't live without, leading to massive sales and success. We all aim to build a business that not only survives but also thrives. However, irrespective of how this gives us the aspirations and the inspiration and drives for innovation and effort, the ultimate success hinges on the market's response and the value perceived by customers. The key lies in identifying and understanding the right market, ensuring that your product meets genuine needs and desires of the customers or the market that you are venturing into, thereby achieving sustainable growth and profitability. So in this video, I'm going to talk about the problem that most entrepreneurs face when starting a business or venturing into a specific market. Why choosing the right market is essential for the success of your business, the step-by-step process of fixing that problem, and how you can ride along with the market to make your business stand out. And I'm also going to share with you some very key case studies that I found during this research. So, without much ado, let's deep dive into the video. So, the problem that most entrepreneurs face is that in choosing the right market, it is very important that you understand the very market that you are going into. Many entrepreneurs falter because of their failure to grasp the market demand or effectively position their product in the marketplace. That is why we have this term called product market fit. It is very much important that you understand this. Often, entrepreneurs make the critical error of developing products without fully understanding the market's needs, resulting in poor sales and even eventual failure. It's like the key and padlock analogy that has been said over and over again. You don't make keys and then go around trying to find a padlock that this key opens. You find a padlock first, then you make a key that is capable of opening that padlock. That is the importance of what the market research, or that is the whole concept of the iron law of what of the market. It's just like in biology, you have the enzyme and you have the substrate. The enzyme does not fit into any of the substrate, it just fits into a particular what substrate. So you have to have a particular substrate, that is the market, then your enzyme, which is the product or service, would be able to fit into that particular substrate. You get me? So it is very much important that you understand this. This misguided focus on the product market fit or over market demand frequently leads to wasted resources and businesses demise, and most entrepreneurs find themselves in this kind of dilemma. So an example of this field business is what happened with the case of Dean Kamen Segway. So Dean Kamen was a very renowned inventor known for the creation of the Stirling engine and also the world's first insulin pump. He invested over 100 million US dollars in developing the Segway PT, a $5,000 self-balancing scooter which was thought to revolutionize the personal transportation. However, when it was being released in 2002, they had the expectation that they were going to sell that Segway about 50,000 annual, that is per year. The Segway only managed to sell about 23,000 units in 5 years. So there was a fraction of the project that 23,000 was just a fraction of the project demanded. So they projected that at least they're going to sell about 50,000 units of the Segway per year. However, in the course of 5 years, they only sold about what 23,000, which is even less than what 1 year. This issue wasn't about their product design or anything else. The Segway actually offered convenience, it was eco-friendly, and it has urban mobility. Rather, the fundamental problem with the Segway, and that is the Segway PT dilemma, was that it was not sufficient for, there was not enough customer interest in a high price alternative to walking or biking. So it was just like it's a kind of innovation that could have revolutionized personal transportation. However, people could walk and people could even take bicycle to whatever place that they wanted to go. But pricing that Segway about 5,000 US dollars, it didn't have much market demand, and customers didn't have much interest in that. That is why that business venture actually was failed. So it makes us understand that the market is very much important. The market that you are entering in as an entrepreneur is very much what important. So the this scenario of the Dan Cameron Segway mirrors the daily challenges that is faced by many businesses. Without a viable market size and demand, sustained revenue becomes very untenable. This underscores the iron law of the market, which is a stark reality where the success of any business hinges on creating to a substantial enthusiastic customer base. Every business is constrained by the size and the appetite of its market. That is the whole principle of the iron law of the market. Every business is constrained by the size and appetite of the market. It is very much important that you notice this. So the key strategy is to create products that people actually desire to buy, products, services that people actually want to buy or to have engagement with. The same thing happens to new businesses every day. Without enough revenue to sustain that kind of businesses that you are in, that business would automatically fail. Your revenue is completely dependent on people actually wanting what you have to offer as a business. So if you look at Apple as a company, they produces the iPhone. The reason why Apple continues to generate revenue over and over year after year is because people actually want Apple to produce phones for them, even though the phones might be pricey, or even though the phones might not be good compared to other similar products in the market. The fact that customers or people want Apple to produce this kind of what product for them in order for them to be in order for them to have it or to consume it, the Apple would continue over and over to produce the iPhone, the iPad, and what have you in order to satisfy that demand or the craving of what the market. So it is very much important. That is why I said that the every business is constrained by the size and appetite of its what market. It is very much important. So in essence, it is very crucial to conduct thorough market research before launching into any venture as an entrepreneur or as a businessman, ensuring there is a robust demand for your offering is essential for building a sustainable business. So, having found this kind of challenges that entrepreneurs and other business owners face, what are the solutions that I can offer? So, understanding the iron law of the market holds the key to the success and failure of your business. The fundamental principle dictates that the size and also the enthusiasm of your market directly determines your business viability, which is very much important. Without a large group of people, or without a large group of eager customers willing to buy your product or services, sustaining a business becomes very, very, very challenging. So you have to make sure that there is a large group of people, or even if you can set a small group of people, they have to be very eager and willing and able to buy your product or services, so that you'll be able to sustain that business that you are into. Other than that, you are going to have a huge challenge sustaining that business. So the solution to this challenge lies in understanding or comprehending the iron law of the market. Your business fate hinges on meeting genuine market demand, not creating a product or services and looking to see whether people will be interested in your product or services or not. It doesn't work that way. So focus on developing offerings that resonate deeply with customers' needs and desire. You can position your business on sustainable growth when you are able to meet the demands and the desires of the market that you are trying to serve. So to break everything down, the iron law of the market is very crucial. And in this competitive market that we are in, businesses must satisfy the consumer demands in order for them to prosper, in order for them to even sustain their business and get revenue and profit year in and year out. The principle of the iron law of the market highlights that consumer preferences, choices, and buying behaviors are pivotal in determining business success or failure. You cannot do everything or anything in the marketplace without the demands, without the desires, without the interest and appetite of the customers or the people that you are trying to serve. So even if you have a very profound, irresistible offer that people feel stupid saying no to, if the people that you are serving that offer to are not interested in that offer, then chances are that you are not going to have a very profitable business. Running that business is going to be very, very, very challenging. In essence, the iron law of the market states that the viability of your business hinges on the size and characteristics of the market that what you choose. So, put simply, even the most exceptional product will struggle without sufficient market demand. So, in the example of the Segway, it was a very like it was something very innovative and very intriguing that would could have revolutionized the personal transportation industry, but because there was not sufficient market demand for it, it didn't go as planned. So it is very much important. Now, why is market selection so important? Let's break them down. It is very important for two reasons. One, because of demand, and two, because of growth potential. If people don't want what you are selling, you won't make sales as a business owner. So it's very much important that you know that a demand exists for your business, because without demand, businesses don't exist. Businesses exist in order to solve the demand or the desires of that what market. No demand, no business. Secondly, is because of the growth potential. A growing market offers more opportunity for expansion and also innovation. That is why it's very much important that you select the right market in order for you to thrive as a business owner or as an entrepreneur. And for you to understand the iron law of the market, it is expedient that you understand consumer sovereignty. Consumer sovereignty. This what this means at its core is that the law asserts that consumers have the ultimate power in the market. Their preferences, their needs, their purchasing decisions determine which product or services succeed and which one fail. Businesses that align with consumer demand and provide value are more likely to attract customers and sustain profitability. So it is very much important that you understand consumer sovereignty. Secondly, competitive dynamics. It is also one of the reasons why you must understand market selection, because in a competitive market environment, businesses must continually innovate, improve, and differentiate themselves in order for them to stay ahead. Competition drives businesses to offer better quality, pricing, customer service, and innovation to attract and retain customers. The same thing happened between BlackBerry and the iPhone. So BlackBerry was producing fantastic phone. They had huge market share of the phone market, but because the demand or the desires of consumers shifted from having um, phone with parts to phone with one touch that they can actually press on the screen, then a whole lot of functions will be open to them. iPhone was able to see that there's a huge demand for them, and then they shifted their entire, so they did not even produce a phone with keypads. They just moved straight to producing what a phones with what that you can actually touch on the screen, and then you'd have the same function as the BlackBerry was. So competitive dynamics is very much what's important. Then we have the third one, which is what market forces. Market forces such as the supply and demand, pricing mechanism, and consumer behavior shape businesses strategies a lot. Businesses that fail to adapt to these forces risk being outpaced by competitors who are more responsive to market dynamics. So, as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you have to be able to respond to market forces in order for you to stay ahead and to sustain your business, and to always be able to what make revenue and also profit. Now, how will you be able to leverage or ride on the tide of what the market? It is very much important. There are three ways that you can leverage this to ride along the tide of the market. The first one is market research. So you have to delve deep into understanding the needs and desires of your target audience. It is very much important. You can have a very good, compelling, irresistible offer. If your target audience are not interested in it, you are not going to make sales. So you have to understand your target audience, their desires, their pain points, their problems, their challenges, what keeps them awake, what makes them happy. When you understand them, that is when you'll be able to craft a compelling offer. Then that offer becomes very irresistible for them to say no to, because that offer was tuned or tailored towards their desires, challenges, pain points, and what have you. So you have to understand the iron law of the market and do market research for that. Secondly, you need to validate the idea that you have. So you have to utilize surveys, focus groups, and minimum viable products to test and refine your concept. So it is very much important that when you are doing or when you are building a product, for example, you have to build a minimum viable product that we can send out to the market for the market to determine whether this product is good or not, whether this product is needed or not, whether this product fills a demand or not. Because the chances are that some most times entrepreneurs are separated from the realities of their customers. So having this minimum viable products to test in the market will give you an edge over other competitors who are not employing this strategy to actually meet the demands of the market. Because you could create something that you might think as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, that the market would really love this and cannot stay away with. But when you put it in the market, like you give chance for the market, the consumer, the people that you are trying to serve, to actually see whether what you have to offer is of real essence to them or not. So it is very much important that you validate your ideas. Thirdly, after sending out your MVP, that's the minimum viable product, for you to actually test whether your product or service is needed in the marketplace, whatever feedback that you have, you need to be able to adapt to it. So you have to remain agile and prepared to pivot based on the valuable market feedback. So pivoting is actually a common thing in the marketplaces. So you are doing this, maybe you wanted to produce um, another phone that maybe like just like how Amazon did it. So Amazon actually produced a phone. It was called Fire something, and it failed drastically in the market. And because of that feedback from the market, they were able to produce other um, prolific products. I think the Alexia and other stuff, which now are doing very good in the market. So pivoting is something that's common in the marketplace. You pivot after you've had enough valuable market feedback about your product or services, then you know that it is time for you to pivot. So some of the case studies that I wanted to share with you, I have a lot, but let me say one because of time. So I want to talk about how Netflix implemented the iron law of the market to become the hub of entertainment. So in the late 1990s, Netflix identified a significant pain point that customers were having. Customers were actually dissatisfied with traditional video rental stores, especially with the late fees. So example, Blockbuster, which was Netflix's main competitor, earned a substantial portion of its revenue from late fees. So in 2000, Blockbuster's revenue from late fees was around 800 million US dollars. So Netflix started as a DVD rental service by mail, focused on customer convenience and eliminating late fees. So they launched a subscription model in 1999, allowing limited rentals for a late monthly fee. So the initial customer feedback was very much like interesting. So it indicated that customers actually had a strong preference for the subscription model than that late rental fee, whatever, which encouraged Netflix to actually pursue this direction. So Netflix tested its online DVD rental concept with a basic website and with simple functionalities. So prioritizing ease of use and then was customer with satisfaction. Their MVP, that's the minimum viable product, included a website where customers could actually browse, rent, and return DVDs by mail, which was an innovative model at that time. So Netflix continually iterated their services based on customer feedback, which included improving the recommended algorithm and expanding their DVD library. So in 2000, Netflix produced the Cinematch, I think, recommendation system also, which increased customer satisfaction and engagement. So recognizing the shift towards digital consumption, because at that time the people were moving from a lot of like stores and like physical brick and mortar businesses to the online businesses. So Netflix pivoted to streaming everything online in 2007, anticipating the growing demand for on-demand entertainment. So in 2007, Netflix launched the streaming service, initially offering 1,000 titles available for streaming. This pivot addressed the changing market and dynamics and customer preferences. So Netflix expanded its content library and invested heavily in original programming, uh, like video streaming and what have you. So they understood the exclusive content would attract and retain subscribers, and they were able to do that, and it was massive for them. So by 2013, that is 2013, Netflix has produced its first original series, which was The House of Cards, which became a major success and solidified Netflix's position as a leader in the streaming industry. Netflix continued to adapt to market changes by providing its technology, expanding globally, and producing diverse content to cater to various tastes and preferences, which was very good. So, as of 2020, Netflix has over 200 million subscribers worldwide, and investors invested billion annually in content production, ensuring that it remains the dominant player in the entertainment industry. So in from 2007, Netflix has 7.5 million subscribers. In 2020, they had 200 million subscribers. In the same 2007, their revenue was 1.36 billion US dollars. In 2020, their revenue was 25 billion US dollars. So, understanding and applying the iron law of the market Netflix was able to successfully transform from a DVD rental service to a digital streaming giant, consistently adapting to market demand and customer preferences. So it is very much important that you understand the market that you are in. The same thing happened to Dropbox, the same thing happens to Airbnb, the same thing happens to Zappos. You need to understand the market that you are in. That is the only way that you would have enough revenue to run the business. Thank you very much.